1. The history behind the 1966 quarter. Let's start with a little background. The Washington quarter has been minted since 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of America's first president, George Washington. But something very interesting happened in the mid-1960s. In 1965, due to a nationwide coin shortage and the rising price of silver, the U.S. Mint made a critical change. It removed silver from most circulating coins. So, by 1966, quarters were no longer made of 90% silver, they were now copper-nickel-clad coins. But here's where it gets juicy. Despite the switch, some silver planchets were still accidentally used in 1966 due to leftover blanks from 1964 or 1965. These rare mint errors are worth a fortune today and are at the heart of the most valuable 1966 quarters. Mint marks and mintage. What makes 1966 unique? Here's something to remember. The 1966 quarter has no mint mark. That's because, during 1965 to 1967, the U.S. Mint suspended the use of mint marks in an effort to discourage coin hoarding. That means all quarters from 1966 look nearly identical at a glance, no matter if they were struck in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. The mintage. A massive 821 million quarters were struck in 1966, making it seem like a common coin. But that's why the rare errors are even more exciting. They're hiding in plain sight among hundreds of millions of ordinary coins. 3. Rare errors that make the 1966 quarter incredibly valuable. Now to the good part, the errors and varieties that transform this coin from spare change into a jackpot. Warning: silver planchet error, most valuable. This is the holy grail of 1966 quarters. Because the U.S. Mint had leftover silver planchets from 1964, a few were mistakenly fed into presses meant for clad coins. How to check? A silver 1966 quarter will sound different when dropped. It will have a ring instead of a clink. Also, look at the edge, there should be no copper line. Auction record. One of these silver 1966 quarters in mint state condition sold for over $150,000 at auction. Warning: double die obverse, DDO. This error occurs when the die used to strike the coin has a doubled image, often visible in the date or the words, "In God We Trust." Value. Depending on clarity and condition, a 1966 DDO can range from $100 to $3,500 plus. Warning: off-center strike. A coin struck off-center is always desirable. The more dramatic the shift, the more valuable. Value. A 1966 quarter that's 40 to 60% off-center could fetch $200 to $1,000 plus. Warning: clipped planchet. A clipped planchet means the blank used to strike the coin was improperly cut. It looks like a bite is taken out of the coin. Value. Depending on the size of the clip, values range from $100 to $500 plus. Warning: wrong planchet errors. Some 1966 quarters were accidentally struck on nickel, penny, or foreign coin planchets. Value. Depending on the metal and weight, these can be worth $2,000 to $15,000 or more. 4. Grading and condition. Why it matters. Condition is everything in the coin world. A worn-out 1966 quarter is only worth face value unless it has a major error. But if you have a high-grade or uncirculated piece, jackpot. Coin grades. MS-60, MS-65, mint state coins, lightly marked. MS-66, MS-68, high-grade gems, very rare. MS-69, MS-70, virtually perfect, almost never seen. Moneybag and MS-67 silver planchet error 1966 quarter sold for over $100,000 at auction. Fire. Even regular clad quarters from 1966 graded MS-67 plus can fetch $500 to $2,500 due to their condition rarity. 5. How to spot a valuable 1966 quarter. Want to know if you have a jackpot quarter? Here's a checklist. White heavy checkmark. Check the weight. Clad quarters weigh 5.67 grams. Silver planchet errors weigh 6.25 grams. Use a digital scale. If your quarter is heavier, you might have silver. White heavy checkmark. Look at the edge. Clad coins show copper along the edge. Silver errors have a solid silver edge. White heavy checkmark. Inspect the date and text. Look closely at "In God We Trust" and the date for any doubling. White heavy checkmark. Use a magnifying glass or coin loupe. Many valuable errors are hard to see with the naked eye. White heavy checkmark. Get it graded. If your coin looks off, submit it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. The value can skyrocket once authenticated. 6. Market value recap. What could your 1966 quarter be worth? Coin type potential value silver planchet error, MS67 plus, $100, 000, $150, 000 double die obverse, strong, $500, $3, 500 off, center strike, 40 to 60%, $250, $1, 000 plus clipped planchet, $100, 500 wrong planchet, e.g., struck on dime. $2, 000, $15, 000 plus high-grade regular, MS67, $500, $2,